Hey guys, so a lot has happened in the UFC these past 2 days, and we're just gonna go over it fast. Now, Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan might actually happen. Well, Yan might actually want it to happen, as he posted on his story that, like a little graphic of him versus Sean O'Malley at the White House. And I'm not a fan of this at all, because we already saw Sean O'Malley fight an undeserving Chito Vera as a title shot. Fighters shouldn't just get handed title shots. Even with a big win over Song Yadong maybe in January, I still don't see it as a matchup that should happen. As Song Yadong is what, number 5, number 6 ranked? He's not very highly ranked, therefore it shouldn't grant someone like Sean O'Malley a title shot. There's other guys like Umar Nurmagomedov that are fighting on the card versus Davison Figueiredo, and if he beats Davison, then I do think he gets a title shot because that's 2 wins in a row. It's at least more than Sean O'Malley. And yeah, it just bothers me because Sean O'Malley already has a tough opponent right in front of him, so I don't want to look past Sean O'Malley. It's just that he got a robbery win over Petr Yan the first time. That's all I'm saying. And Song Yadong, he's been working on his judo lately, and it is looking dangerous. And when we looked at that fight between Yan and Sean O'Malley, Yan was taking him down fairly easily, and Sean O'Malley has been struggling with takedowns as of late, as he has faced Merab Dvalishvili twice in his last 2 fights. So no wonder. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fight. You guys let me know what you think about that. But yeah, let's move on. MVP, Michael Venom Page for London. The UFC is targeting him for London in, I believe, March, as that's when the card is. And the big problem here is that the UFC has not given him a fight. The UFC has not given him a fight yet. And he wants a welterweight fight. He said it a lot of times in an interview that he is frustrated because for the last 2 fights, he has been requesting a fight at welterweight. They've given him 2 middleweight opponents, suggesting that the UFC really wants him as a middleweight contender. And they told him that there's no one at welterweight available. I can name 5 people that are available right now. Like come on, that is such a stretch because MVP deserves to be in that welterweight division. I don't know why I buzzed right there. Whatever. But we saw that fight versus Ian Gary. Who was the better striker? MVP. MVP versus Carlos Prates. That's a pretty dangerous fight for Carlos Prates, especially considering MVP, I think he might have the best style to face Carlos Prates in that fight. So yeah, I'm just saying the guy deserves his credit. He should be a welterweight. There is opponents for him there, and I hope the UFC books him at welterweight for London because the guy is just deserving of it. He's a fun fighter, and especially if it's that Cannonier fight. I mean, come on, give the guy what he wants. Now next we got Tom Aspinall. He has his surgery booked. Well, he had his surgery right now in December, and he's going to get his next surgery on his other eye mid-January. Now, the recovery for a surgery like that is likely 4 to 6 months, I would assume, as it's on the eyes. It's critical, obviously. And by the time he fights next, I do think we're going to see him either mid-summer or late summer. That June card, I would say goodbye to it for Tom Aspinall. I mean, with that eye injury, I just don't see it happening. And yeah, pretty much he said that he's going to just absolutely dominate Sorogan when he comes back in a separate interview. Now, I'm kind of excited for this fight because a lot of people have twisted the narrative against Tom Aspinall, saying that he is just not good anymore, which is just false. I mean, you saw for 4 minutes, he just took a few jabs. He didn't take any big strikes from Sorogan. There was never a point where we saw him get wobbled. Now, I found that first round very close. Yes, I gave it to Sorogan, but we can't just assume that Tom Aspinall would have lost that fight. I mean, there's rounds in fights for a reason. People come back completely in the second round all the time, and I just find that assumption is just dumb, frankly, and it's just really dumb. Now, to conclude this video, we would just like to say rest in peace to Latz and Cena. I mean, they they got killed in the car crash, obviously, with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is in stable condition, like, thank God, of course. But yes, rest in peace to those two. And yeah, guys, follow, subscribe, do whatever you want. But yeah, that's the news. Ciao.